Let's make small batch cinnamon rolls. First things first, we're going to brown our butter, and that butter is going to be divided up between the dough, the filling, and the cream cheese frosting. And we're just gonna stir this occasionally until it starts to brown. We're just gonna set our brown butter to the side while we make our tangzang. And that's just a combination of flour and milk, which we're going to cook until it becomes a nice thick slurry. Cooking the flour pre-gelatinizes the starches in the flour, allowing them to absorb more liquid, which means our dough can hold even more liquid, which means we get a much softer and fluffier dough. Now that it's all nice and thickened, we can remove it from the heat. Now it's time to assemble our dough. To a large mixing bowl, we're going to add flour, sugar, salt, yeast, some of our brown butter, an egg, milk, and our cooked flour mixture. Now we're going to knead this for about 15 to 20 minutes. So now that our dough has been kneading for about 15 minutes and it's stopped sticking to the sides and the bottom of the bowl, I'm going to check if it's ready by doing the window pane test. So all you're gonna do for that is gather up your dough, and then you're gonna start stretching part of the dough upwards. And if you can see light coming through the dough like you can here without the dough tearing, then that means that your gluten has developed and you don't need to knead anymore. And now it's time to let our dough rise. So we're just going to roll it up into a ball, place it into a bowl, cover it, and leave it in a warm environment to rise until it's doubled in size. Okay, it's been about an hour and our dough has doubled in size, so now we're going to mix together some brown sugar and cinnamon for our filling. Okay, now we're going to punch our dough down and roll it out and then cover it with some brown butter and our brown sugar cinnamon mixture. Also make sure to lightly flour your work surface. And if your dough is springing back a lot when you're rolling it out, just leave it to rest for 5 minutes and then start rolling it again. And then I'm gonna use a pizza cutter to slice this and then roll it up. And now we're gonna cover these and let them rise in a warm environment for about 30 minutes. Okay, our cinnamon rolls have puffed up a little bit, so they're ready to bake, but first we're going to make a little egg wash out of an egg and some milk, and we're gonna brush it on top of the rolls just so that they brown a little better in the oven. And you don't have to measure the milk, I just do a good splash. And now we bake them. And then while the rolls are baking, we're gonna make the cream cheese frosting. And there you have it, a small batch of delicious cinnamon rolls. You can find the full recipe on my blog. Thank you so much for watching and be sure to subscribe for more.